person at a game. You know when you're sitting there with your buddy and you're real focused in on the game and you're like, dude's in the corner, you should hit him. Like, they got, this guy posted up on the block, they need to go down low. There were several times that Georgia Tech had opportunities that they didn't take advantage of that I was like, wow, they should have got 2 out of that one. Or, man, they should have hit that dude in the corner. They would have had a wide open 3.
Right. Okay, Steve, pregame.
Yeah.
And callers, feel free, 8150-939. Pregame to postgame to morning, how much has your perspective changed?
Well, I thought Louisville would look a little sharper last night, but I also thought David Johnson would start the game. He didn't. So actually didn't come in until 13 minutes left in the first half, but we'll get to that.
We will.
I did think Louisville would kind of come out looking a little bit sharper coming off that
because
game.
of the Duke game. Okay, we always hear the cliche hangover from big games. Or the reason I didn't really think it was going to be a hangover game because I thought in the Duke game they expected to win. I thought they had a belief in themselves that they expected to win. Now, that expectation of winning could have led to the lethargy of this game.
And that would go back to something Coach Mack's kind of been talking about with their maturity level at times. That could be the case.
Is this still pregame, Steve, or is this postgame, Steve?
Well, no, that's just. I mean, that could be both. I mean, because postgame, I think showed it for sure. Pregame, it's a thought. But he has brought that up a lot about their maturity, and maybe that is the case. Maybe they're not quite there yet with that, where you win the game and then we're going to beat Georgia Tech, and even though Georgia Tech, we've said it all week here, it was like, you should beat them, but I mean they hung around with some good teams, like Alex said, Kentucky couldn't put them away at Rupp. They played Virginia. Virginia couldn't put them away. I mean, like there was a couple more. I'll have to pull it up, but yeah, I mean they're not. They got really good guard play, all that. So I still thought we would look okay during the game. I am huge macro here. I'm just very putting everything in a little bitty bubble. I am happy that Louisville can play under par and win a game. That's good. I don't want to keep testing the theory, but see, here's the difference though. Some people look at, for instance, the Georgia Tech game, and then I heard people calling in this morning, and some people saying well, see, now they're just playing bad in all these games and they're barely winning. And I'm like, well, that's not the case in every game.
Right.
All their close games hasn't been because Louisville's just played
bad. That's an attempt to be dismissive.
Yeah. Now, and I don't think anybody was talking about Duke, Duke aside, but even some of these other games, it's like, I don't think they were bad in some of these games, like at Pittsburgh or Notre Dame.
Is that people disappointed with the expectation of having a juggernaut team?
And maybe, yeah, because it's like, I mean, some of these games, you had lapses at times, but I mean, they were played all right.
Notre Dame, that was a tough game. That's what
I thought.
Well,
and I thought Louisville played
just
all right.
because you make a team look bad doesn't mean they're a bad team.
Yeah. Last night, now, I don't think Louisville was great for a lot of the game. I don't think they played well. That's a game that I would set in that category.
Were you more disappointed in the execution or the energy level?
Well, I think the execution could have been fixed. Oh, you're going to get sick of me doing this today, but this is going to be my theme of the show. I think the way the game started out, I mean, it set the tone that it's a ball game. Me and you walked in. We went to the line was huge to get in, and we still feel weird about cutting people. So we're in there, and by the time we get in,
y'all got to get me one of those little trolleys or something.
I know. We're just gonna have to start crossing that road. Is all we've got to do.
I'm not crossing that road.
Is all we've got to do is go down.
I'm not crossing
and go right across.
I'm not crossing that road.
And that's it. And then we're there.
I'm not crossing that road.
There's
not a chance.
They got cops out there. We'll block it off.
There's not a chance.
And then we just boom. And
that
there we
cross that road.
But the thing is, man, is it's like the execution, the different things like that. We walked in 3 possessions into the game, I think, and it was we walked in and it was like 9 to 8 or something for Georgia Tech. Before the first media timeout, we were like, well, it's going to be a game. I mean, you've set the tone early that these guards are ready to go. And look, is David great defensively? I'm not saying he's great defensively. I don't think he's bad as some people. It's kind of like that's kind of like a moment thing where everybody's kind of saying that. I don't think he's bad. I don't think he's great, but he makes so many plays on offense. He come right in and started making plays
on offense and off the ball defense.
Yeah.
How many times was the next pass going into the lane and he steals it?
I know at least 3.
Right.
That right off the top of my head that he took off and most of the time ran the break. I mean, and we got something out of it. I don't understand not starting him at the beginning of the games.
Trying to start the phone lines off.
Sure.
Big Mike, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
What's up, man?
Hey, man, I think people just got to realize, just a couple points to make. People got to realize, one, this ain't the Georgia Tech team from last year.
Right.
Not
absolutely.
Riddle and injuries. They got their starting point back. They got a great backcourt and a very good big man also. And Luke Hancock picked Georgia Tech to be his surprise ACT team of the year. So it's not like, who was going against the last year's Georgia Tech team. And people need to realize, when we're in the top 10, we're Louisville, people is going to give us their best shot. They're going to put their best games together when they play us. And so I just wanted to put that into perspective and to put people that's dismissing the close games.
Oh, listen, I appreciate the call. Coach, what's his name?
Josh Pastner.
Josh Pastner. There's a little bit of that too. Like, you just don't respect Josh Pastner as a fan base for some reason.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the Memphis hatred. Maybe it's just agitate. Like, I think
he's a little bit of a goof too. Like, at times, like some of the things he does and says.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he was really complimentary.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Lawrence, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
What's up, Marcus? What's up, Steve?
What's up, man?
Mark, you need to explain to me. You talk about young coach and old coach. Like, right now, I think young coach is playing it safe. I don't know why, because you see what David can do. Like, explain to the Cardinal fan base what is young coach doing right now.
Appreciate the call. I think he hung up. Is that you, Lawrence?
No, he's gone.
Okay. Here's the thing. Pre-game show yesterday, my theory of David Johnson not starting was based on the kind of like the 4-minute mark, right? My theory on not starting was based on, get a couple defensive stops with your defensive lineup,
Sure.
Get your start off with your alley, get your Stephen Enoch quick bucket, Usually Darius hits one early, but you usually make a couple stops.
Yeah, absolutely.
They did not make those stops. So under that thing, I'm saying, okay, my defense isn't crunk, right? They didn't necessarily bring like this super kill energy.
Right.
Energy.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that. You know what I'm saying? Quick substitution. Okay. Y'all got your shot. David's playing great. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Let's go with him.
Right.
I expected that the moment you noticed the loose ball, the give up the layup. If the scouting report is what I think it would be,
sure,
take away left-handed player. Listen, people, the Denny Crummers, right? They watched that kid go left, and you talk about, I can't imagine what the conversations were like, you know what I'm saying, between me, Tobias Hopper, you can't let left-handers go left.
Yeah.
And I just saw that they weren't paying. Here's the thing. I know that was on the scouting report, right?
Yeah.
If you're not locked into the scouting report, that's not the coach's fault. You know what I'm saying? But I saw a lot of scouting mistakes that the players were making. That kind of, it just told me right away I should make the substitution now. And this is me, again, watching the tape in hindsight. Maybe when I'm watching it live, I don't feel like it's a panic situation
right.
But here's the other thing. The energy just wasn't okay. Not the second effort energy. That's a better
Yeah,
word.
yeah.
The desperation you played with Duke is what we thought this team was going to become more of. And it's the second effort. You play hard. You play hard. You turn a guy. You spin a guy. He hits a bucket. Like, in desperate situations, you weren't giving up the secondary. You were committing your body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the comeback situations. And like I said, I was okay with going with the lineup as long as if they weren't locked down 3 minutes in, let's make a change.
Yeah.
Coach Mack is a rhythm guy. He talks about it a lot.
Yeah.
Get in the flow of the game, get into the mood of the game, those kind of things, which I think makes him hold off on substitutions a little while longer than he should. This was one of those kind of games that, just like we bring out new uniforms or we bring out something to spice it up.
Sure.
This is one of those games I probably would have liked him to just work the substitution pattern. And no, not the pattern. Work individual substitutions.
Right.
Hey, if I say, hey, Steve and Marcus, you guys are gonna be guarding, DeVoe. Mm-hmm. If he goes left, you're coming out. Mm-hmm. If he beats you left to the basket, you're coming out. Okay, we know this going in. So it's not personal when DeVoe beats me left and the horn blows.
Yeah.
I go, damn. Mm-hmm. And I jog over there and you jog past me and I'll dap you up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, he baits you right and then goes left again.
Sure.
You come right back out. You know what I'm saying? Like this, to me, I thought this was one of those games where you manufacture intensity by substituting a little bit more than you normally would. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree 100%.
Kevin, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Yo, man, hey, it's funny when people get mad and stuff after the game. I look at it like this. We've won every type of game imaginable. We've been down. We've been on the road. We played overtime. We did all of this at the same time when our, quote-unquote best player isn't having his best game. I mean, that should be something positive to look at instead of, well, he ain't doing this or he ain't doing this. I mean, we're winning all kinds of ways without Jordan Ward scoring 30 points a game like people want. And then another thing with last night, I think Georgia Tech did a good job with the scouting report because they kind of figured out what's been vulnerable on when we hedge high up there on that, with the center, and he's way out there and he hustles to get back. Once they were getting it back, they were able to drop it down to the other person on the weak side. It's like they took more time to dissect what we've been doing defensively. So I just hope if that keeps happening that we make adjustments where we don't, hedge as hard with the guy or as long. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I got with that. I just think that people just need to relax and just take the wins how they come. I mean, you're winning, and it's not pretty, but you win in every kind of way. It's better than blowing people out the whole season and then get in a big game and your butts tighten up. You know what I'm saying?
No, Kevin, I appreciate the call. I'll address what you were talking about. First of all, the people aren't mad at Jordan for not scoring. I don't think so.
Right.
I
don't disagree with
that.
that.
I don't. Nobody's mad at Jordan for not scoring. They're mad at the bad shot, the forced rush shot, maybe.
Yeah.
Or they're mad at the defensive, they're mad at the defensive lapses because they say he shouldn't make that lapse. That guy shouldn't go around you. We're up 10. Guy goes baseline on Jordan, just lays it up. We get mad at Jordan a different way than we get mad at somebody else. Because Jordan, like that's been the knock on you. You know what I'm saying? We want you to clean that one up.
Yeah.
So we have tags that we put on every single player. And another thing, Kevin. You've always been on the hedge thing. So the reason I laughed when you started talking about hedge, you hate the hedging up high, Kevin. And when you look back, we didn't really get killed. Our help side on the hedge was good. Listen, those guards threw some tightrope passes. A couple of those were tough passes. Their big men had good hands. They had to squeeze in the smallest of windows. They got some buckets.
Yeah.
Working a pick and roll and not being afraid to turn it over, you're going to turn it over and you're going to score some.
Yeah.
David Johnson, when you see him and you see all the passes he makes, and all the great assists, sometimes he makes those turnovers that there's nobody there because he predicts, he anticipates where the big man is supposed to be. That's what makes you a good passer.
Yeah.
Those guys were good passers, good type. Our help side was there. Ryan McMahon, when he got caught on the big guy, Stephen Enoch's eyes were wrong. His eyes were looking at something up top. His body was in perfect position to be able to help Ryan McMahon on that, on that floater the guy got that everybody kind of remembers, And Stephen was there.
Yeah.
But he just didn't, he wasn't looking at the right thing. Another time, they penetrated, snuck it through two big men to get it to their guy for the dunk. These are good plays. These are plays that'll work against anybody.
Listen, the guards are good, man. For Georgia Tech, that's a good crop of guards, man. With Alvarado, I mean, the one kid, DeVoe's good. The other kid, that was like one of their grad transfers, Bubba Parnham. I mean, people remember him. I think a couple years ago he played for VMI or something. I think he went to Rupp and had like 35.
I know that name.
Yeah. Like, I mean, there's guys. I mean, their backcourt can play, so they're going to make some plays.
Yeah. Like I said, Jordan's criticism is a big part of All-American criticism.
Yeah.
Like it's you're not supposed to give up that play All-American. We need you to make a play as an All-American. Like those are the kinds of frustrations that doesn't score. Your level is higher because you feel like, at the end of the day, you're responsible if we, win or lose.
Yeah.
So you just kind of got to eat that one. That's when you don't
sure
listen to too much. Seattle Paul, thanks for joining us on Morning with Marcus Maven. Fire away.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, I mean, yesterday was kind of a trap game, but all that matters is we came out there with a W because other teams are losing left and right. So we got to expect games like this. But hopefully the team focuses going forward. Hey, you guys think that David Johnson is slowly starting to turn to that number 2 scorer after Jordan, and hopefully his emergence, if he can just stay out of foul trouble, will relieve some pressure on Jordan having to score, and then that'll allow the game just to come to Jordan, and he can play more freely because defenses just won't be locking him up.
I don't know. I appreciate the call. He's a basketball player. So
yeah.
I wouldn't have to turn him into a second scorer. Like if he happens to be the second scorer, then so be it. But he scores by being in the right place, by kind of playing the game through. He doesn't go to score. If he can beat his man and create some, he's more of a creator than a scorer. So
I would agree with that.
Yeah, so he's creating opportunities. Late arriving crowd, any effect?
No. I mean, no. The team didn't start like that and play that way the whole first half.
Okay, I got to do this. Malcolm, I got to bring up one subject before I go to the phone lines. I swear, TV Teddy is Dalton from Roadhouse.
Fair enough.
TV Teddy, his new nickname for me is the Cooler. The Cooler.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you have a hot team, whenever you have fights going on in the club, go get the Cooler.
Yeah.
When your team's running and I'm telling you, man, we sat up front, Steve.
I know.
And he looked like he was influencing the flow of the game.
I know.
They looked like they were determining the aggression level of both teams, which when I put head to bed last night, I kind of thought that was amazing, right? Because this was the first time that I was like, they controlled the aggression of that game on both sides. When Louisville was coming back, right?
Yeah.
And when Louisville was taking that lead to make it a 10-point game.
By the way, somebody text that down 11 to up 11 in 4 minutes game time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I'm telling you, people, when you watch it and you see the fouls we're getting now that we weren't getting before, and the calls that they were getting and they're not getting, I mean, it looked manipulated.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, we're just talking here, you know what I'm saying? But me watching the game and just thinking about it from a referee's point of view, I was like, y'all are good. Y'all are good. You know what I'm saying? If this is real. Like, I could be wrong, right? There could just be regular referees just trying to do the best job they can. Or they could be referees that get emotional and get caught up in the game.
Or have money on a 13-point spread.
Listen, they started, like I said, when Louisville started getting those calls, I'm sitting there watching the replay this morning at 6 o'clock, and I'm like, if I get one of those 7 calls in the first half, I'm up 10 right now.
Right.
If I get two of those calls, I'm up big. Instead, I don't get them early. You know, they block David Johnson. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like even if it's a clean block, like we got clean blocks. Those were called early.
Yeah.
They weren't called late. You know what I'm saying? So I can complain from a Louisville side and say, okay, we got some breaks, but I can say, no, you made that a game.
Yeah.
And then let our ability to, you know, had we not taken it to the basket coming late down the stretch, it would, first of all, it would have been our fault.
Yeah.
We lost. But second of all, the referees wouldn't have had the ability to get us the game. And I'll say it, I'm not saying give us the game, but I'm saying when we watch Kentucky and we laugh about that, right?
Sure.
We say, you know it's coming, right? And it looks like a good old game, and then all of a sudden they keep on taking it to the basket, and all of a sudden they shooting free throws. But Coach Cal coaches that, like, I'm gonna stay on these referees so hard that if y'all keep taking it to the basket late, you're gonna get the call or they're gonna start moving out of your way.
Yeah.
The only place you don't get it that didn't work is on the road.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
no, you're not wrong, man. I mean, but when you get free throws too, I mean, 60% again last night, 14 to 23. Like, that's a lot of food on the table, man. That's 9 free throws on the table. Like, you can't do that.
Malcolm, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, Steve and Marcus, do y'all agree that say what the coach said in the after game comments? The veterans got to start being veterans. I mean, you supposed to pump your team up, let the young people look at you. Half of some of those, most of our veterans been there almost 5 years. You got Stephen Enoch, 5 years. A couple of them, the guy from Louisville, 5 years, Sutton, 5 years. I mean, they should come in, with some enthusiasm and let the younger people know. And I'm just listening to what the coach was saying last night. Sometimes our older people got to start being old, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And Marcus and Steve, the reason why probably I'm just looking at everything. The reason why David Johnson didn't start is if you think it's because he got hurt a little bit at the end of the game, of the Duke game, and then they just want to set him out a little bit, then bring him on the end. It's something the coach knows better than we do, but it's the reason why he didn't start. I think it was probably because of that. Because otherwise, he could have started. But then again, I don't start him over Fresh Kimball because Fresh is going to be our point guard throughout that tournament. You can bank on that. And then you're going to have David Johnson coming off the bench. We're going to be outstanding at the end of the year because of Fresh Kimball and our veterans. But they just got to start being old, so to speak. And Marcus, I didn't comment on the fight yesterday because I didn't call in. Marcus, I had a few scuffles with Danny Crum and some of those teams too. Not to take anything out there. I'll talk to y'all soon.
Appreciate the call. Yeah, Jamal McGlory. We was ready to run him up out here one time.
Yeah.
But luckily we kept our composure.
Yeah.
You want to
Yeah, so sales extraordinaire Scott Kennedy is weighing in. He texted me. He was listening to your all's talk about the fouls and different things, and he said, just wanted to let the guys know, after the Kansas State brawl, the NCAA sent out a memo to the refs nationwide in the light of the game versus Kansas. Paraphrase, hammer down and have a sharper eye on fouls so you don't have another brawl. Be ready. See a foul, blow the whistle.
Fair enough. That's a pretty good explanation right there. If and you come back the very next night and you have a game that's called as tight as it was called last night. Now, don't get me wrong. Teddy Valentine's his own animal. But I will say this. The last time he was here, I think it was Pittsburgh here, I kind of felt like he was
he
on our side. I joked around that day and I tweeted out. I said, sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail with him, and tonight we're the hammer. Like, that would make sense if you have. I'd like to look around the nation last night and see because to that point, that every ACC game played last night was 4 points or under.
What?
Every single ACC game. Now I think there was only like 5. But still, so I'm just saying.
5 is a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
I just
all be 4 points.
When I keep saying every single, but 5, all of them were 2 point games other than Louisville. Louisville was a 4 point game. So I mean, to that text there from Scott Kennedy, I mean that would make sense. And you have that many close games last night.
He said, he said it happens to them in baseball. If there's ever a fight or anything, that all the umpires and refs get a memo about hammering down.
Because last night, for me, wasn't just Teddy. Like, you could tell. It was like, and your boy from Georgia Tech right off the bat.
Good tar strumming. Jumping in front of our front row people.
Jumping all over the place. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there was feistiness on that court early, like from Georgia Tech.
What was his name? Otto.
Which one?
What was that other referee's name?
Oh, I don't know. It's a great question.
No, hold on. I can't talk to you, Steve.
Okay.
Let's talk about something real quick.
All right. Well, nice little Thursday we got here. Just kidding. No, but seriously.
I wrote down his name, Steve. Well, Matt Potter.
Yeah, because the other two guys I think were worse than Teddy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I said Matt, I wanted to single out. That was the ball head guy, Matt Potter.
Yeah.
Yep. Just like, dude, you're a problem.
Yeah, they were bad.
Yeah, like, and I'll go one step further. That late game and one that David Johnson got, that was a charge. Any other time of the game.
Sure.
Hands down.
They had a nice block on Malik on the dunk. I thought that was a nice block.
I will say this to I just got a tweet, and I think it was a really fair tweet. I think it was like Renfro, S Renfro.
Mm-hmm.
I see your tweet, and I want to address this one.
Okay.
Fans are mad at him for not working to get open, not finishing strong, the flailing of the arms when he gets contact, etc. I'm assuming he's talking about the Jordan War.
Yeah, that would.
What do you think about that?
I don't know.
Because you might be right on that one. You might be right, because here's the thing. In my notes, late game, you get a fast break. I think it was David Johnson that shot it up to you.
Uh-huh.
You are attacking. You got the big man and coming at you in a terrible angle, right? He's committed to selling you out. You tried to avoid contact, you know what I'm saying? And he ends up getting that block. But when guys are coming at you like that and they're off, you got to get that contact. That's what every scorer gets. They look for contact.
I know.
Every scorer, David Johnson gets one, and I'm not even calling him scorer, but the natural play, David Johnson gets the ball in his right hand. The guy's kind of coming at him at an awkward angle. You can't get a charge when the guy's on the side of you, but the guy was coming, really, really aggressive at him. David had the angle, put it that way. David jumps into him and yells, "And one!"
Yeah.
He doesn't get the call, right?
Yeah.
But he gets the bucket. You jump into somebody, and that balances you out.
Yeah.
But like I do agree with what you're saying there. Like on that particular part, like flailing, listen, you got to flail. Like you got to exaggerate some content.
Yeah.
But
I'm okay with that.
I will agree. He too many times he avoids the contact.
You know what I think it is too? I think you remember how many times he loses the ball dribbling.
Oh, I was going to say that too.
Okay.
Early in the game.
Yeah.
Like even when Ryan comes in, ball slips through his hands, goes out of bounds.
Uh-huh.
Early on, Jordan, he fumbles the ball, he picks it up, he fumbles it, kind of passes it, gets it away. When you watch that stuff for those first 4 minutes, I could feel like you, or I could feel like any fan saying, y'all don't got it, right?
Yeah.
But I could also see Coach Mack saying, damn, the game just started. Let the dude get in the rhythm.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's that's the difference in perspective where Coach Mack makes the joke, this is why I get paid the big bucks, whatever.
Yeah.
Or we're in different brackets, whatever the joke was, you get it. Like I said, fan sees that loose handling of the ball and kind of panics. But it's going to go one way or the other. So it's just that's almost like a gut call.
Yeah.
Did you fumble that ball because y'all don't have the focus today? Or did you fumble that ball, because it's just the beginning of the game?
Yeah.
Being that we saw such a good game out of Duke and such good out of David, we're like, no, y'all don't have it today.
Listen, here's the thing. When you're the better team, and the reason I say this because on the other half of this, when you're the better team, there's not a lot necessarily that you take away from your first 4 minute before the media timeout. The only problem is when you're the underdog team, you can get very confident in that 4 minute stretch because I don't think that when you're a better team, I mean, when you're first starting a game, that first 4 minutes is like, all right, we're getting rolling, we're playing, you know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't indicative to how we're going to play.
It was back and forth.
Yeah. Like, I don't think, you're like, well, this isn't, well, they started bad there, and now they're going to, that's not the case. But the problem is, man, is when you make mistakes like that, little things like that, against teams that you're going to play in the ACC, it almost cost you last night.
And I still can't dig in on, is Jordan standing? Okay, put it this way. I can criticize Jordan's posture and his lack of, being in a triple threat position.
Yeah.
I think it forces him to have to take tougher shots. You know what I'm saying? By the way, he carries himself, right?
Yeah.
But I won't give the working without the ball against him really hard because let's be honest, Coach Mack's system is not really a lot of off the ball movement. I mean, I'm sure he says, exchange a little bit, kind of pick to keep people occupied.
Sure.
But it's not like he has a crazy motion. And what kind of worried me a little bit watching the replay is one of these plays late. The behind the ear pass that we always get, to Steven.
Yeah.
The quick pass from the side right under the basket. Now I'm watching basketball, right? And I've been watching the offense. And now they come down the court. I see him running that 3-man weave, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, it's coming. Right?
Yeah.
This is okay. All of a sudden, I see y'all really moving in this 3-man weave motion. And I'm like, oh, the behind the ear pass is coming. That's a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I finally see y'all moving around a lot. You know what I'm saying? And the 2 times I saw the best, just guys looking involved and occupying other players, the 2 plays were both the scripted play.
Sure.
So I'm like, you would like to see that on a regular motion, you know what I'm saying? Like it, and I don't want to be revisionist because I defended Coach Pitino the same way when people said, oh, why are you doing the 3-man weave?
Yeah.
It's stupid, and I'm like.
Just gets it moving.
Yeah, it keeps everybody involved. That gets Jordan involved in a 3-man weave. Okay, because somebody's going to misstep or somebody's going to not switch as clean as they should, and the opportunity's going to be there.
Sure.
Sometimes, but it still gets everybody a touch. And again, I'll say it. It was a statistical data that if there's 7 passes on a possession, you have a 48% more better chance of scoring.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you got the defense moving from side to side.
Yeah.
So that's the motion that I need to see more of, not just one.
But that may just be style, though. I don't know if that's going to change, though. I mean, but we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Here's the thing.
But here's the thing. It has to change a little bit because you're not getting. You're facing too many tough shots. I mean, you're shooting too many tough shots.
Yeah, but I also don't think you have a team that's going to necessarily look like the teams he's going to be putting on the floor in years to come either.
Yeah, but you don't round hole square peg it.
Yeah, or you do because David Johnson still won't start.
Stop saying start. David Johnson should just be in earlier.
He played 15 minutes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Quick commercial break. Middays with Marcus Maven, 8150. 93.9 is the number on 939 The Ville.
With same-day pickup and delivery, you know who really loves fresh food? Amateur chefs, salad lovers, barbecuers, smorgasborders, hors d'oeuvres, fondue and flambeurs, midnight snackers, brown baggers, bakers, and throw it in the microwavers. At Kroger, you can get all the fresh you want at a great price with same-day pickup and delivery. Because we believe in fresh for everyone.
Are you ready to sell your home? Well, there couldn't be a better time. Houses are going for top dollar and selling quickly. You need to call Jill Blessinger with Keller Williams. She has a team of professionals that will help you sell your home quickly and get the most for it. She is a professional home stager and photographer. And when you're ready to buy, she works with Becky Bleemel of Caliber Home Loans. She makes the loan process very simple. And if you mention you heard this on Middays with Marcus Maven or ESPN, your appraisal is absolutely free. So give Jill a call today at 502-773-0546. That's 502-773-0546. And let her help you today.
Hey, Kentuckiana, Luke Hancock here. I wanted to take a minute to tell you about my good friends at Fitness Market. When my fiance and I were looking for a high-quality piece of fitness equipment for our home, we knew there was only one place in Louisville that we needed to go, Fitness Market. The friendly staff at Fitness Market showed us their amazing selection of equipment options, carefully explained all the different machines, and most importantly, treated us like family. We purchased the most amazing Kaiser indoor cycle, and we couldn't be happier. What was truly incredible was how many different treadmills, ellipticals, home gyms, rowers, and spin bikes they had. From the best brands in the industry like Precor, Matrix, Hoist, Spirit, and our favorite Kaiser. These guys are Louisville's e-bike headquarters. Fitness Market not only has new equipment, but they also have a huge selection of pre-owned equipment as well. That means they have something in everyone's price range. 2 locations, Westport Road just inside the Snyder, and their superstore on Plantside Drive at the corner of Watterson Trail, and online at thefitnessmarket.com.
Louisville basketball is back in action Saturday as the Cards host Clemson. And for the most pre- and post-game coverage, keep it locked on ESPN Louisville. Pre-game coverage with Marcus Maven and Steve Rummage live from the Galt House starts at 1 o'clock on 93.9 The Ville. And then directly following the game, join Steve Rummage for the Coors Light post-game show. We're the first place in town that will take your calls and hear live from Chris Mack. If it's Louisville basketball, we talk about it on ESPN Louisville.
Hey everyone, I'm Brandon Lang. When Matthew McConaughey plays you in a movie, as he did me in 2005's Two for the Money, you have to maintain a certain image. That's hard to do when you're going bald. I needed to do something, and it needed to be done fast. Parsley Waldman's Hair Center came to the rescue. Louisville and the Midwest Premier Hair Treatment Center not only gave me my hair back, but my self-confidence as well. Go to hairsurgery.com and find out how you can start your journey back to a full head of hair today. I can tell you firsthand. From the minute you walk in the door to the time you leave, you are treated as if you were in a 5-star hotel. And now that it's been a year since my surgery, I look back at pictures from a couple years ago, I don't even look like the same person. The procedure was an amazing success, and it has totally reframed my face. Go to hairsurgery.com and find out not only how affordable it is, but how you can get your hair back today. Visit hairsurgery.com, that's hairsurgery.com, and tell them Brandon Lang sent you.
Hey, this is Steve Rummage, and I have one question for you. What good is having that beautiful home with that beautiful view if you can't see through the grit and grime of your windows? Or every time you try to open them, it feels like an extensive workout. Let's face it, you and your home deserve better. That's why I'm here to tell you about Windows Plus. They have the best free lifetime transferable warranty, best installation in town, quality products, doors, windows, siding, and gutters. They've also been voted most efficient in 2019 and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, including all 5-star reviews, which means they're exactly what you've been looking for. So go visit them at 11501 Plantside Drive in Louisville, Kentucky, or call 502-494-0120. Again, that's Windows Plus, so make the call.
Great job, Steve.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm former Louisville basketball player Luke Hancock. When the NCAA tried to take away the Most Outstanding Player Award from the 2013 tournament, I got it back, thanks to Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is the personal injury firm that fights for the people, and their team treats clients like family. Morgan & Morgan changed my life, and if you've been injured in a car crash, at work, or in a slip and fall, they may be able to change yours. For a free consultation, dial #LAW on your cell phone. That's #529. Offices Louisville.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville is broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services Studio. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. Steve, I need you to go to Made for the Ville and see if we're streaming at the moment.
Okay.
Also, Brian Howell, I don't think you actually got to see it, but or maybe you heard him talk about it. But Blakely Touche, is that yours or mine?
That was mine.
Blakely, you said?
Yes, Blakely Touche.
Should I know the name?
It's this little girl who won that was
cool.
award.
Football player?
Oh yeah. Like, and listen, when that happened, Steve and I were very frustrated with the team. Listen, that little scene just saved our night, right at the moment.
That was cool.
Okay, it's up and running. Okay, yeah, no, it was.
You know
awesome.
what we're talking about? People who weren't at the game. She won the Baltimore Ravens Lamar Jackson package. I don't know what it was. It was some kind of contest, and they did a video presentation where he was. Actually, they started with some of her highlights. She's a little flag football player, but she plays quarterback. She scrambles a lot, very similar to Lamar Jackson in style of play. And Lamar presented her with the award over the video screen. And then they show her sitting at the game with a big package, and they told her that she got Super Bowl tickets, and she's going to be in a commercial that's going to air during the Super Bowl. And so she was sitting there crying.
She was crying. Cool. Listen, she wasn't crying about the Super Bowl ticket. She was crying because Lamar Jackson was sitting there watching her highlights. Like she was pumped. And I'm watching that, and I'm like, I'm not crying. You're crying.
I know.
Steve?
No, I was going to say, I think they showed it on TV, too, because my son this morning was asking me about it. He was like, and you want to know what he asked?
His little privileged rear end, like, why can't I do that?
No,
why didn't you sign me up for
No,
that?
he totally did. He was like, so she gets to be in a commercial for the Ravens. He's like, well, I wonder when they're giving out the Cowboys one. That's what he said. I was like,
that's what he said.
Yeah. Do you sign me up? Yeah, I did, man. We'll see if we hear back.
Listen.
Win some, you lose some.
What's the most obscure contest that you've tried to sign up and win?
Wow.
Brian Hall. The most obscure.
I don't sign up for those things, man. So
you've never.
Maybe like there'd be like a sweet car, and maybe I think once or twice I may have like filled it out, dropped my name in it.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to think. Like probably it probably would have to be tickets for something, but I can't think of the exact event that it was.
Have you ever won?
I did call in.
You ever won?
Say it again?
You ever won?
No, I've never won.
I did call in like Great Day Live or something like that on.
You called in the Great Day Live?
I think it was trying to win wrestling tickets one time when I was at like a senior or something. I was in high school and they were coming to Louisville, and I was like, it was like Monday Night Raw. Like I called.
We had one that a music station was giving away tickets to a concert, and my buddy in grade school, he was down to they announced the two finalists, and then the two finalists had to do something, and then the people vote on it, and whoever wins. So he shaved his eyebrows and made himself look like an alien, and he got free tickets.
What was the concert?
I don't remember, man. It probably wasn't worth it.
I know. I was like, oh, cool.
I stopped signing those up signing those when I didn't get the Christmas.
Okay.
The Christmas Santa mall, thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like $1,000, right? They called me to tell me, like, you know, we appreciate you, you know, doing this. Feel free to shop at. They used my phone number and called me.
Yeah.
And told me
you lost.
Basically, keep shopping at Sears.
Yeah.
I was like, because when they called, they were like, this is so-and-so from the prize giveaway thing. And I'm like, right?
Yeah.
And they were like, we just want to let you know that we really appreciate your business and keep on supporting us.
Yeah.
And they hung up the phone.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
I couldn't believe it.
You know, there was something on Nickelodeon one time where they did a
Double
thing.
Dare?
No, they did a thing, and I called in and it was like if you're but yeah, no, little things.
My mom would have beat the hell out of me if I got caught calling Nickelodeon.
I know.
Anything.
Mm-hmm.
She would actually. My brother got beat for running up the dollar joke number.
Yeah.
You ever got caught running up one of those?
Well, I the one time I did get in trouble, the WWE used to have, back when they were the
Oh my
WWF,
God.
they had the WWF hotline.
Oh my God!
If you
Steve.
called in, you got like extra stuff. And I was a kid, and I called it one time, and it was, I don't know, I think it ended up being like $15 or something.
Just one call?
Yeah. Like, you know, I was like, yeah.
Chris, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, Marcus and Steve, I got two questions, one for Steve, one for Marcus.
Cool.
Steve, the first one is, I am a big member of the DJ Starting Club, but I truly believe if you take Darius out of the lineup, I don't think he responds the way DJ responds coming off the bench. Right now, with the pressure he's put on Perry, he's played really, really well.
Yeah. I'll be honest, Chris, I don't think I take Darius out, though. I think I'd start David and Darius together. That's kind of in my mind, you know, I mean, especially after, you know, the way Darius has kind of responded now going forward, I would probably, because I think Fresh would be okay coming off the bench, and Fresh does make plays down the stretch. I will say that, man. Like he's earning that.
Yeah, because we've got DJ in the last minute of the rotation, so he pretty much is a starter.
Sure.
And I think he's mature enough to handle it coming off the bench.
Yeah, and that's fair too. Yeah.
Marcus, when you was playing, if they put a 6-foot guard on you, would you have not went to the post and told them you got a mouse in the box and wear them out? They guarded Jordan last night, the last 12 minutes of the game, with a 6-foot guard.
Yeah, Chris. Listen, man, I appreciate the call. Like, Chris, I know what you're trying to do, but don't put me in that world. Like, I've seen things.
Yeah.
And I don't like to make that comparison because, Chris, you'll ruin the experience for me if I start comparing the way offense was ran, quote unquote, back in my day versus this. With that being said, Chris, I spent Wednesday's show during the day saying we got to be able to get the ball to Jordan on you know, with a little
On the
man
post,
on him.
yeah.
You got to get some. What did I say? I said screen away, or him diving to the basket. The problem is he has the option to dive to the basket off that curl, and he doesn't like to.
They got him on the post a couple times last night, though. The problem was you really only came away with a couple fadeaways.
Yep.
Well, the one time he opened up and pulled out of it, and took the guy over in front of us. But it was like the other time it was just kind of 1 foot turnaround,
1 foot fadeaway, but again, like it's a whole nother conversation to go into what's considered a good shot and what's a good shot for him. Like, but I'm still in the class of every shot doesn't have to be, you know, a difficult shot. But sometimes I think I'm just not adjusting to, you know, because like the floater was not a good shot in growing up, you know what I'm saying? But people are good at floaters now, you know what I'm saying? The coaches are allowing them to develop their floater game a lot more. So, you know, like I'm okay with it. And now I think it's an efficient, you know, on balance floater is an efficient shot.
Yeah.
But yeah. Like if I was working with Jordan, like theoretically, I would say, actually, you know, I'll tell you this. This is a direct example. Last summer, they had KD working with Cole Anthony.
Yeah.
When they were just talking about Cole Anthony's he was up in that New York gym.
Yeah.
Cole Anthony. And actually, KD was at the high school game watching him.
Uh-huh.
You know what he says to him? He says, hey, Cole, he says, it's time for you to make the next step in being a good scorer. And Cole's like listening. He says, what? He said, less motion, efficiency, less dribbling.
Sure.
Jab, one step, get to the basket. Like we talk about. So, you know, you should be able to get your body in positions. The scoring is done before you get the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The shot should be the easy part. You should be able to get the ball in a position where a guy's there. You should not have to face up, make a move, and shoot over somebody every single time.
And that's probably the best scorer in the world. So, you know, I mean, I don't say that in jest. I actually am serious. Like, I mean, that's the cream of the crop right there, telling you this is how you score.
Right. You can have all these shots.
Of course, Cole Anthony's like, and you're 6'10", but still, but the principle, the
but
same
that's
principles
one of those.
apply.
I'll still always be better than you, Cole. That's why I'm telling you this.
yeah,
Like,
you're
never gonna be better than me.
Yeah,
But.
really, I should just be telling you how to get me the ball. By the way, real quick, somebody says it's like on job calls or emails when they say you have all the credentials and everything they're looking for, but unfortunately.
What a horrible experience to me as a child. You called me from the contest just to tell me you appreciate me shopping at so-and-so.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with this text,
We all-
too. I do think DJ and Darius, I think Fresh is fine coming off the bench. Fresh has earned my trust at the end of games. And I think that's where I would go.
I'm going to address the guard rotation. I'm going to address exactly. Hold on. Let's mute this. Hold on, Brian. Y'all got to remind me to start muting.
Ready to sell your home? Well, there couldn't be a better time. Houses are going for top dollar and selling quickly. You need to call Jill Blessinger with Keller Williams. She has a team of professionals that will help you sell your home quickly and get the most for it. She is a professional home stager and photographer. And when you're ready to buy, she works with Becky Bleemel of Caliber Home Loans. She makes the loan process very simple. And if you mention you heard this on Middays with Marcus Maven or ESPN, your appraisal is absolutely free. So give Jill a call today at 502-773-0546. That's 502-773-0546. And let her help you today.
Want a world-class designer engagement ring but think you'll pay more for it? Not at Genesis Diamonds.
People ask all the time, am I spending more money just to get the designer name? And I can tell you unequivocally, no.
Genesis Diamonds Vice President Wendy Canavan.
What you're getting is better made jewelry, a better made engagement ring.
So at Genesis, you don't have to make or settle for a knockoff mass-produced ring. You can get a handcrafted masterpiece from designers like Tacori, Verragio, Henry Dossi, Kirk Cara, the names on every woman's wish list.
They're just better made. The people who design these rings are truly artists. They're not some backroom jeweler knocking off a ring.
And don't be fooled by people who say you will overpay.
We have beautiful engagement rings starting at $795, designer made.
Genesis Diamonds. It's easy to find the ring of her dreams without having to compromise.
You don't want people to say, oh, your ring's okay. You want people to say, wow.
Genesis Diamonds, Shelbyville Road Plaza, official jeweler of the Louisville Cardinals and the Kentucky Wildcats.
Hey, this is Steve Rummage, and I have one question for you. What good is having that beautiful home with that beautiful view if you can't see through the grit and grime of your windows? Or every time you try to open them, it's like like an extensive workout. Let's face it, you and your home deserve better. That's why I'm here to tell you about Windows Plus. They have the best free lifetime transferable warranty, best installation in town, quality products, doors, windows, siding, and gutters. They've also been voted most efficient in 2019 and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, including all 5-star reviews, which means they're exactly what you've been looking for. So go visit them at 11501 Plantside Drive in Louisville, Kentucky, or call 502-494-0120. Again, that's Windows Plus, so make the call.
Experience Rufino, one of the most iconic names in Italian wine. Add a touch of Italian hospitality to every occasion with wines for every palate. From sparkling Proseccos and Rosés to fresh fruit-forward whites and Tuscan estate reds, you'll find the perfect wine with ease. Celebrate with Rufino and discover the Italian art of good living. La Vita Rufino. Please enjoy our wines responsibly. 2019 Rufino Import Company, Rutherford, California.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville. Time now for an ESPN Louisville Sports Center update.
Good morning, I'm Brian Hall. The Sports Center update brought to you by the Huffman Auto Group. Huffman has it. The number 6 ranked Louisville men's basketball team improved to 16-3 on the year with a 68-64 win over Georgia Tech last night at the KFC Yum Center. The Cards were led by Stephen Enoch's 13 points and 3 rebounds, and Malik Williams' 13 points and 6 rebounds. Coach Mack talked about Malik's performance after the game.
His versatility and his mind and his length and his toughness and desire just make him a terrific defender. And if we didn't have him, we wouldn't be a very good defensive team, or at least as good as we are.
Up next for the Cards is Clemson on Saturday at 2 p.m. at the KFC Yum Center. The number 5 ranked Louisville women's basketball team is back in action tonight as they take on Virginia at the KFC Yum Center at 8 p.m. You'll be able to catch that on ACC Network Extra. The Bellarmine Knights are also in action tonight as they take on Southwest Baptist University. That game is set to tip off at 8 p.m. at Knights Hall. Last night was the long-awaited debut for number 1 pick Zion Williamson, and he didn't disappoint with 22 points on 8 of 11 shooting and 4 for 4 from 3 with 7 rebounds and 3 assists, including scoring 17 consecutive points in the fourth quarter in a 121-117 loss to the San Antonio Spurs. Also yesterday in NFL news, NFL free agent Antonio Brown was arrested following allegations that he and his trainer attacked a moving truck driver near Brown's home. He faces charges of burglary with battery, which is a felony, burglary of an unoccupied conveyance, and criminal mischief. And last but certainly not least, New York Giants quarterback Eli Manning has called a press conference tomorrow. It's believed that he will be announcing his retirement from the NFL. Keep it locked here. Middays with Marcus Maben is next. This is SportsCenter.
Check out Louisville Sports Live, the city's longest-running all U of L sports talk show, every Wednesday at 6 o'clock, right here on 93.9 The Ville. Check us out daily at LouisvilleSportsLive.net. Follow us on Twitter at Elville Sports without an O Live. All the best local and national guests every Wednesday at 6 o'clock, right here on 93.9 The Ville.
This is Marcus Maben, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville from the OPC Services Studio.
You're listening to Middays with Marcus Maben, broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services Studio on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maben. 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. 2 schools of thought. Not necessarily old school, not necessarily new school. I am not saying I fall on
Just
either
school.
one in particular.
Not old school, not new school, just school.
But we like to walk our way through these kind of
Private
conversations.
School. Private school thoughts.
This is public school.
Public school thoughts.
Darius Perry Fresh Kimball.
Yeah.
David Johnson.
Yes.
Ryan McMahon.
Yes.
Josh Nickelberry played.
That was situational. Fouls down at the end of the half. You could have predicted that one. You remember at Duke when I was like, before I realized that Aiden wasn't even there.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, Aiden's about to come in. It was like it was situational.
I like him being on the court.
I don't hate it. But I mean, that was more.
I know. Just to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so those four are the four we're talking about as far as starting, as far as rotations.
Sure.
Okay, minutes. You obviously think David should get the most.
I didn't say that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
I'm asking you. Out of those four guards, who gets the most minutes on your team?
I think Darius is he's the biggest threat there to sell a lot of minutes because he does play defense. The one thing about Darius, he always plays tough defense. No matter if he throws the ball into the third row or shoots a shot 1-on-3 or whatever, he at least is going to give you really tough defense. And last night, he was coming over and Coach Mack hit him in the chest.
Brian, get on this microphone right now. Listen, everybody stop the show. Stop what you're doing right now and listen closely. If you're a regular, and I do mean regular, like if you're a regular of this show, Brian, we don't do this, like we don't dig up sound, we don't really, Do you remember on like Monday morning, Steve had kicked Darius off the team. He had said, I'm not babysitting. I'm not Darius Perry. Listen, the looks Steve Rummage gave me on the mere mention of Darius Perry's name less than 72 hours ago would be enough to make a blush.
Yeah. Steve admitted, I will say that he admits to it, that he'll fire Coach Mack halfway through a game all the time and do that. So I'm used to it.
But this one was different because he was out.
Yeah.
and I listen, and when I mean out, I do mean on the radio and off the radio. Steve was. I'm glad you did this, Steve.
Yes.
I'm proud of you.
Yes.
I just think about this. I just talked about the highest, like who gets the most minutes. And anybody that's been listening to Steve tried to steal my child from me, right? And give him all the minutes on the planet. Here we are at 11/11 on January 23rd, year of our Lord 2020. And Steve Rummage, I asked him about the most minutes at the guard spot, and Steve is talking about one Darius Perry.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, I'm okay with this because this is what I do with certain players. So Darius is just happens.
But no, this is a perfect example about how people you can be harsh on the player one week and see glimpses of what he can bring to the table when he's playing at 70% of his ability.
Yeah, and again, like I said, Darius does give you defensively. I thought he was awesome last night, for the most part, especially defensively. But probably he has the potential.
Was not letting the basketball get above people's.
No, I mean he played,
waste.
he got 30 minutes last night. I mean, like he's a guy. He's a guy that I think you look up and you're like, oh wow, he played. But David, I think, just makes the most happen. He makes Louisville.
Like his what was it called? The stat, just the eval stat.
Yeah. I think at their best, David's running the point.
Plus minus is just.
Yeah. Look, I mean, they all do different things. Fresh.
Yeah, and Fresh can be a closer.
Yeah, and he's gaining our trust down at the end of games. But David, I'd like to see David have that opportunity, and maybe you lose a game because of it. I don't know. We'll see. I just think that for me, Louisville hangs a banner at the end of the year if David is your guy.
Like the man.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't mean like guaranteeing if he's the guy they hang a banner, but I'm saying Louisville hangs a banner if blank. I would fill it in with if David Johnson is the guy at point guard.
Okay, so
because David does cure some of Jordan's scoring woes.
So so as of now, you've given Darius Perry the most minutes in a game, in a regular game?
Probably, yeah. Just because he sneak up, and like last night, he had 30. You feel like Darius played too much last night?
Okay, who's number 2?
David.
3. Fresh.
Yeah, and then Ryan.
Yeah. I'd still give David more of the minutes.
That's fair. I mean, I think they're all within probably 3 or 4 minutes of each other. Like I think you're looking at the difference in between 32, 29, and 27.
You know what else? You know what you got out of David? When he penetrates, people go and try to block his shot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I got Steven and Malik working the boards like they should when David penetrates, you turn into an inside power. You know what I'm saying? Like his penetrate, like even when he missed point blank. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But okay, let's say he's a 65% finisher around the basket. For every 6 buckets you get, you miss 4.
Yeah.
2 of those 4 should be getting cleaned up,
right,
or tipped in.
Fair.
With Sam,
yeah,
he was around that basketball a lot.
Yeah,
when he was in there as well.
Yeah. Oh no, I thought Sam was good last night too. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't mind David playing the most.
Somebody said, Marcus, you play for Coach Crum. I think David Johnson uses the glass better than any other player. I would agree with that. Him and Darius.
What? Why y'all gonna do that to me? Like, here's the thing: the glass thing makes everybody puke. Every OG fan, they puke. They literally throw up in their mouths a small little bit when you see a guy at the angle, because your favorite player for the last 30 years, for Crum's 30-year career, if they didn't use the glass and you're a fan, you yelled at your own player, use the glass because coach is going to take you out.
Yeah.
And everybody knows it.
Speaking of that, I love the guy. I mean, and he's diehard Louisville fan. So, I mean, I'm not, no shade here, but I mean, but it was so awesome because there was a guy on the court last night. And I don't want to say because I don't know.
Do they know all these pros use the glass?
I don't think he sat there a lot of times because he was watching the game on TV.
Okay.
I mean, that dude was sitting on the court watching the game on TV like nobody else was around. And I love how he was like actively trying to get Malik's attention to fix his free throw shooting. He was actually putting his hands up. I mean, I really did love it. If the guy listens, I call in, please, because I thought it was hilarious. He was looking at Malik like, Malik! He was literally doing this. Look. Follow through!
And he shoots way too close. He sits way too close to be doing that.
He picked his hand up and he goes, Malik! Follow through! He was actually fixing Malik's shot for him on the court. Like I was waiting for Malik to be like, hey, coach, can we get a timeout? Let me go talk to this guy for a few.
What about their faces when Malik came out the bathroom? I'm not their faces, but their reaction.
It was hilarious. Look, Malik goes into the bathroom over by where we are, and I didn't know he went in there. And Marcus tells me, he goes, watch that door and watch these two women's reaction when whoever walks out this door.
Because I didn't tell you it was Malik.
So I'm like, all right.
And look, Brian, I said no, Steve. I said physically turn around, and so because I'm like, Steve, you're not gonna want to miss this.
Because they're just gonna stare at him because he's tall.
You just knew there was going to be a reaction. No, here's the problem. He's in the bathroom. They didn't even see him go in there. Nobody saw him go in there but me. I just happened to be looking that direction, right? So when they're walking up, I just
they're gonna get all starstruck and be like, "Oh, I gotta take a picture."
No, it's at halftime. Like, the team's out on the court.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be in this bathroom. Like, it must have just been the closest one. But I'm like, this is going to be so funny. And I'm like, what is my center doing in the public restroom right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, go to the locker room before you get germs on you or something. Like,
I know.
yeah. So
it was just awesome.
And I knew, like, dude, like, if you're expecting some regular person, guy or girl, some normal human being to walk out the bathroom. Now imagine you just waiting, casually waiting, and his big 6'11" rear end, fully dressed in his, basketball guard, just comes shooting out the door, and they're like, they just kind of shake like,
and they did. They were like, whoa.
like, what just happened?
I know.
Philly Carl, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's going on, my man?
Mr. Maben, I'm so proud of you this morning. You done made me proud.
I'm listening.
I'm sitting here listening, and I thought you was going to call for all your listeners, the me's and the Lawrences, the cool guy Dons, but then you did something that I haven't heard you do before. You called out Mr. Rummage. I heard the show Monday. I heard it. So to hear Steve this morning with that, and then I'm going to double down even more. He's wrong about the minutes. They should not even be close in minutes. What we have just seen from Johnson and Kimball, that is your backcourt. Literally, going forward, that is your backcourt.
Johnson and Kimball.
That is your backcourt. So you need to let Perry and McMahon's minutes drop. Only thing Perry has shown us he's got good defense.
Okay, but no, wait.
Yeah,
Philly
I was
Carl.
gonna say, 'cause you were about to back yourself.
You don't win that game. Like, Darius rescues this team defensively yesterday. Yes or no? Nobody could stop any of those guards except for Darius Perry.
Yeah. But you're willing to live with the double-edged sword. He's good defensively, but how many turnovers he's going to give you while he's in there?
But if you didn't play him, you were willing to lose or live with a loss last night is the problem.
We say that, but I don't. Last night, that game shouldn't even have been that close. To almost lose, I mean, that shouldn't even have been that close. We're not going to say. I didn't really know much about David Johnson, and then I got to looking at his game. I said, oh, yeah, he's the one. And then I started looking at Fresh's game. I'm like, oh, man, he can shoot a little bit. And he's playing. I said, he might be the one. I don't know why everybody's, I don't want to force Perry in there because he played good defense, because the backcourt of those other two guys look real good.
Who's hit more threes this year, Darius or Fresh?
Well, Darius has probably played more than Fresh has played this year.
Okay. I was just asking.
Yeah.
So Darius plays better defense and he's hit more threes. Okay.
But
I'm just checking.
Going forward, Steve, just be honest with yourself. Going forward, wouldn't you rather have that backcourt, Tillman and Johnson starting in the backcourt? than Perry?
I would rather start Darius. Now down the stretch, look in big moments in games at times. Look, Fresh he's earned my trust there, but to start the game, I think Darius brings defensive intensity every single game, and Johnson lacks defensively, which I think Darius would help as far as starting those two together.
Steve, we've always going to disagree like we always do, but I'm proud of you, Mr. Maven. I'm proud of you. All right, now.
Appreciate it.
No, I don't think I think at that, to me, Philly Carl sounds like, look, come hell or high water, Fresh Kimball should start.
What is the thing that makes you tune out on Darius the most? Going down there and getting trapped like in them corners? Pick it.
Yes. Yeah, throwing the ball away.
Dribbling yourself into trouble.
Absolutely. Dribbling yourself into trouble, making some not bad decisions, but hasty decisions. It all comes completely like, look, yes, Texter, look, no, this is me. You all got to understand. This is me. Last week, Darius could have transferred for all I care. This week, I'm cool. That's how it's going to be for the rest. Me and Marcus are going to be on radio for the next 30, 40 years like we plan on in this local market. Y'all just got to get used to that, because I will knock somebody straight off the team and then talk about how we had to have them all along. That's the only reason we won. And that's where I'm at with Darius. Look, the defensive intensity he brings, I mean, I just think
when he brings the defensive intensity.
And I think everybody on the planet believes he's more of an off-the-ball guard. How much better does Darius get playing alongside David Johnson? I think that for me that if I'm going, I would start Sam. If y'all really want the truth, I'd start
Dwayne?
David and Sam. No, I would start
David and Sam as your 1 and 3.
Yeah.
Dwayne's 2.
Yeah, that's what I would do personally. But I'm not Coach Mack, even though I have offered my services to tell him who to play. But if you're gonna keep it, I'd play Darius and David.
Green Bay Denny, thanks for joining us on 939. What's on your mind?
What's up, fellas? Sorry it's been a while. I just got back from Disney.
Oh, okay.
The Mouse's house, and well, of course, I saw my Packers just whooped. But we won't talk about that.
Fair
I wanted to one little quick story at Disney. I had my U of L garb on. I was going through, and I ran into Donald Duck, and Donald Duck, and they don't usually typically get out of character. That Donald Duck guy listens to the show down in Orlando, huge U of L fan, and he said, I love Marcus Maven and Rummage. So I just thought it was hilarious being at Walt Disney World and Donald Duck telling me that. So
listen, Denny, I could live for 150 more years and never hear a story better than that. The underrated
Donald
I don't
Duck
want my reaction.
knows Marcus Maven.
Yeah, that's it. Because to me, that
At
is
Disney?
Donald Duck. Like, don't ruin that for me. For me,
Donald Duck.
That's incredible.
they're not supposed to break character, but I had my U of L stuff on. We got to talking, and he said, when he's not working, he's listening to the show. So hopefully, maybe one day Donald will call in. I don't
that's
know.
incredible.
It was just hilarious. I had a swing of emotions watching that Duke game to this past game. There's a couple of things I want to ask you guys. The first one is this: my buddies can't stand Perry. The reason why I like Perry and I like Johnson to be the starters, I guess it reminds me of the Patino days when there's helter-skelter going on up at the top because Johnson's jumping into passing lanes, getting us on the break, doing stuff like that, and Perry's up in your grill. It makes me feel like the old days of U of L basketball and the style of play. I think the style of play.
Right.
And I just don't know what to do with Wara. I don't know what to do. I about lost my mind. I don't know if y'all remember this play. I know you remember the back part, but he was running up to the top of the three-point line, caught the ball, and was turning to shoot that shot, and he got it held up. I'm like, that's not – why are you going to even shoot that shot, number one? And I just don't know what to do with him.
We're all going to be uncomfortable with the balance of that shot, having just been a fan of this program for so long.
What's up?
Right. I just don't know what to do with him right now. I know we need him. He's an unbelievable player. He was getting killed on defense a lot of times. I just don't know. And can
your mic's going back on? I got you.
Dunk to come back because these boys need to throw these balls down.
I'm gonna save it.
Up here and listen to you guys. I just don't know what to do with Wara right now. I know he's in a slump, but how do we get him out of that? And I'll leave it off here and listen and go.
I appreciate the call. I don't think he's in a slump.
Who, Jordan?
Yeah, but I like I said, I do respect Mac rolling with them, but the lack of fundamental, of traditional fundamental, makes everybody uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I think that I don't think he's in a slump because actually he's not taking a ton of shots. Like that's kind of the crazy thing compared to what he was doing. I think I think there's a change in how the team's playing right now.
Yeah.
And I think, and here's the thing. We've saw this happen before. And then come late February, you're going to be like, this team, nobody. Like, watch what they do to Georgia Tech when they go to Georgia Tech.
We got them again?
Yeah. Like this is going to be a different team. Like I think you're going to see.
I don't think Dwayne's getting tired, but we need him attacking like he was doing late.
Yeah, he only took a couple shots last night.
Yeah, he's too good of a player to.
He didn't get a lot of minutes last night though either.
Foul trouble.
Yeah, he didn't get a ton of minutes last night. He was in foul trouble a lot. I mean, he didn't take a lot of shots. He was kind of quiet last night. Like. Wasn't not that he did anything bad.
Jake, thanks for joining us on 939. What's on your mind?
Yeah, y'all was talking about Darius and David Johnson.
Yeah.
Right.
That would be the backcourt that I would start. But what we got to realize, on defense, the pack line is made to where the center is contesting the shot and is coming close to the basket. Steven Enoch is not even trying to block a shot at all. I didn't watch him almost every game. He may average a half a block a game. We need him to get more block shots or contested shots when he comes close to the basket. That's our problem on defense. And yeah, Jordan Waller, I would substitute him and bring in Samuel Williamson just to let him know, you messed up. Maybe you should you sit on this bench and you'll get it right.
Yeah.
And that's all I got to say.
No, listen, I appreciate the call. Listen, I started the show with that. I think I said that pregame show. To me, this was one of the perfect games to substitute based on being able to stop your man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Substitute based on if an offensive possession, you're supposed to be setting a full screen and stand in motion and you don't. Like, I need this on tape, like this is the kind of game to do it. This is not a flow game. This is, I need the consistency of saying, can you do a job? This is the job I need you to do. Can you get this job done?
Yeah.
And when you don't do the job, I need to know the next person is going to be better at the job than you are.
Sure.
Because you're going to have that later on. Like, that's a fact. I'll tell you what, Brian, we're going to take our last break before we come back with grades. 8150-939 is the number on 939 The Ville.
After putting just over 100,000 miles on my old Acura, I couldn't resist the urge and the design of a new one at Neil Huffman Acura at Oxmoor. The 2019 TLX impressed me with the design, the technology, and the low cost of ownership, just like the entire Acura line. And just like my first purchase from Neil Huffman Acura at Oxmoor 5 years ago, the process was easy. I'll get 2 years of maintenance, and I can rest easy with 50 years of Neil Huffman dealership experience behind me. So visit the team over at Acura or online at neilhuffman.com.
Hey, this is Steve Rummage, and I have one question for you. What good is having that beautiful home with that beautiful view if you can't see through the grit and grime of your windows? Or every time you try to open them, it feels like an extensive workout. Let's face it, you and your home deserve better. That's why I'm here to tell you about Windows Plus. They have the best free lifetime transferable warranty, best installation in town, quality products, doors, windows, siding, and gutters. They've also been voted most efficient in 2019 and have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, including all 5-star reviews, which means they're exactly what you've been looking for. So go visit them at 11501 Plantside Drive in Louisville, Kentucky, or call 502-444-0120. Again, that's Windows Plus, so make the call.
Great job, Steve.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Check out Louisville Sports Live, the city's longest-running all U of L sports talk show, every Wednesday at 6 o'clock right here on 93.9 The Ville. Check us out daily at LouisvilleSportsLive.net. Follow us on Twitter at Lville Sports without an O Live. All the best local and national guests every Wednesday at 6 o'clock right here on 93.9 The Ville.
Thinking of going to the big game or concert? Well, head over to GuyOnTheCornerTickets.com. Save money on fees today so you have more for that beer tomorrow. GuyOnTheCornerTickets.com.
If you hear basketball's bouncing, that must mean the weather's getting colder, which also means you're getting ready to find out if your heating system is ready for the season ahead or headed to the bench. Right now from DFH, get 18-month special financing on a qualifying Train system. It's hard to stop a train, and it's hard to not call DFH Company today at 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions, subject to credit approval.
Louisville basketball is back in action Saturday as the Cards host Clemson. And for the most pre- and post-game coverage, keep it locked on ESPN Louisville. Pre-game coverage with Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage live from the Galt House starts at 1 o'clock on 93.9 The Ville. And then directly following the game, join Steve Rummage for the Coors Light post-game show. We're the first place in town that will take your calls and hear live from Chris Mack. If it's Louisville basketball, we talk about it on ESPN Louisville.
Are you ready to sell your home? Well, there couldn't be a better time. Houses are going for top dollar and selling quickly. You need to call Jill Blessinger with Keller Williams. She has a team of professionals that will help you sell your home quickly and get the most for it. She is a professional home stager and photographer. And when you're ready to buy, she works with Becky Bleemel of Caliber Home Loans. She makes the loan process very simple. And if you mention you heard this on Middays with Marcus Maben or ESPN, your appraisal is absolutely free. So give a call today at 502-773-0546. That's 502-773-0546. And let her help you today.
Nate's Painting is a full-service painting contractor in Louisville, providing residential and commercial painting services in Kentuckiana. They provide commercial painting to a variety of clients, including stores, restaurants, gyms, plus much more. We guarantee our work will be done professionally and with the least amount of disruption as possible. Nate's Painting even painted the studios here at ESPN Louisville, so trust the experts we trust. Nate's Painting. Mention ESPN Louisville for 10% off. Get your free estimate today. Call 502-572-6658 or visit Nate's Painting website at LouisvilleResidentialPainters.com.
The renovations are over and Caesars Southern Indiana is now open and better than ever. You heard me right. The new $90 million casino is open and features all your betting favorites, including bars, lounges, and a sports book for on-site betting. Whether it's game day or post time, watch all the action on large screen TVs and enjoy your favorite sports with friends in our fan caves. Come for the sports and stay for a betting experience like never before. It's all happening today at Caesars Southern Indiana.
Hey, y'all. My name is Miss Joella, and I am Joella's Hot Chicken. Now, eating chicken that's all heat, no taste is just about as smart as a trapdoor in a canoe. It just makes no sense, which is why I'm all about love, hospitality, and just the right amount of spice. That way, you can enjoy chicken that has some heat and a whole lot of flavor. Joella's Hot Chicken.
With same-day pickup and delivery, you know who really loves fresh food? Amateur chefs, salad lovers, barbecuers, smorgasborders, hors d'oeuvres, fondue and flambeurs, midnight snackers, brown baggers, bakers, and throw it in the microwavers. At Kroger, you can get all the fresh you want at a great price with same-day pickup and delivery. Because we believe in fresh for everyone.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
Days.
I'll let you know how long it is here in just a sec.
93.9 The
That's what she said.
Broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services Studio. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maben, 8150 93.9. This is number 939 is the station. Dana's been holding on through the break.
What's going on, my man?
What is going on, Marcus, Steve? How y'all doing?
Good.
Good.
I'm going to make this quick, man. I'm sorry about earlier, but I was riding through Brooks, Kentucky. You got a better chance of getting a signal out of there in the Bermuda Triangle.
Right.
But
shout out, bro.
Here it is. I actually agree with Steve, which I never thought I would say, and it's not because it's Steve. It's because I've not ever really been a fan of Perry, but I can definitely see the point of him making up for David's defensive deficiencies. More so than I would if Kimball was starting and maybe being a slight lift in offensive efficiency. So I definitely think Darius balances out David's, deficiency.
11 minutes.
So that's all I had to add to it, fellas. Y'all have a good afternoon, man.
Appreciate it, Dana. Dana almost hurt my feelings, but he brought it back around good.
By saying?
Never thought he would agree with me, but then he brought it back as not really because it was me, but because it,
balancing out Davis' defensive efficiencies.
Mm-hmm.
Is he that bad?
No, but he's not a ball hawk. Darius is.
But David gets more turnovers on defense than Perry.
Fair enough. Maybe ball hawk's the bad term to use. David doesn't get on the ball turnovers. Darius can on the ball guard somebody.
Uh-huh.
your best player start the game right off the bat, Darius in his grill. And I swear, I think David's such a true.
I literally think David gives up 2 baskets 1-on-1 per game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just, 2. But
he gets blown around a lot, man. Like, he does. He does.
Maybe.
But his length can make up for a lot of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just.
But that's why I say I put a guy like Darius in there with him.
Yeah, and I'm not saying him or Darius.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not really comparing their defense, but I'm just like when you say defense, okay, put it this way: his defensive mishaps look like a lack of experience to me, not lack of ability. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff that.
But that's where we're at.
The things you gotta give up though.
But even if that's the case, that's where we're at with him right now. So, like, I agree with you. Like, I do think the experience, and if it was better, then maybe I would change. But I think where you're at with him right now is that, and I think them two starting together, and I think it frees Darius up.
Okay, we got to do grade time. You got to finish that. You can't eat during grade time, Steve.
I'm ready.
Ryan Hall, are you going to participate in grade time, or are both of y'all just going to sit here and eat through the rest of the show?
We're just like, what time is it? It's 11:40. All right.
Sorry, it's my man D. I got to catch up, man.
Do I need to take that?
We were talking about Jay Scrub a little bit.
Yeah, listen, get your last bites in because we're doing grades next, and I don't want.
I'll be ready.
Is it too much to ask for you not to eat during grade time?
No, it's not.
Okay, hurry up then.
Stop making me into the bad guy.
Hurry up during this call. Ready, go. D, thanks for joining us on 939. Fire away.
Johnson's got a long arm, gets to the passing lane, so he gets more turnovers. But you said he gives up 2 baskets. Well, he put Malik Williams in some really god-awful positions last night's game because of his all-ball defending.
He puts him in a lot of great positions offensively, though.
He also does. But last night, though, that he got past his man and Malik had to help. And then old boy 7-footer was wide open. So, I mean, I noticed that last night. But, hey, good show, fellas. Hey, Steve. I'm always agreeing with you. Not really, but I am. But at the same time, I'm back on the Fresh Kimball bandwagon. So
what do you like about Fresh the most?
I mean, he's just playing a lot better. Since the last game I called him garbage 2 games ago. And y'all, hyping him up. So look, I'm with you, Steve. Perry's doing pretty well. I know you were ready to kick him off. The team this week, and I was ready to kick Kimball off the team, but we're back. It's all good. We're bipolar basketball fans. It's all good.
Fair enough.
Appreciate the call. I will say this while we're wrapping that part up. I will say, him driving to the basket in late game situations is huge. Like every game he's
Fresh.
Yes, Fresh. Okay. Fresh is giving us a finger. Actually, Darius goes the right-handed layup high off the glass. That's the one that makes you say, okay, this is why I'm going to grade harsher on you. If you don't if you dribble to try to get somebody else open. Here's the thing. The scouting report is saying if Darius is driving to the basket, y'all don't help unless he absolutely beats his man. Because Darius is looking to pass. He's not really looking to finish.
Yeah.
So the word's getting out on that. That's why he ends up having to pick up the basketball and get stuck. So, he has to make that. That's one adjustment he's got to make on his own. Like, you have to be able. You're a Division I player. You're 6'2". You're a guard. You're very fast. You're very strong.
Sure.
You got to be able to go get buckets.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. And man, that one he put high off the glass, that was a tough shot. But a tough shot that he was very comfortable making.
And I like it. Like I said, that brings over the help defense. You got to be ready to dunk that when he misses it, though. That's why I like David doing that attack. You get it up there, and if you get anybody helping out, if it's just one guy, you should finish that shot because people finish on us.
Yeah.
So if you get to that basket, no help, it should be a bucket. And if somebody comes and tries to help block it, it should be high enough to where Steven or Malik are in position to get that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
Ranking time.
So I'm going to start off with somebody that maybe didn't play a whole lot of minutes, but I thought y'all might want to talk about him. His name is Josh Nickelberry. Played 1 minute, got 1 foul.
What was his plus minus?
No turnovers, no assists.
I tell you what, I'll give him a C+. Josh Nickelberry.
I thought y'all want to talk about him being in the sense that he's involved, or might get a little more playing time, might get more involved as the season goes on.
He looked focused. He wasn't breathing all crazy. He didn't look like he was uncomfortable out there. Because I was staring him dead in his face because I wanted to know how he was going to, react to anything happening.
The reason I brought him up, though, is because we talked about him over the summer being one of the more ready freshmen coming in, and then we've seen little of him.
Yeah, but we're also learning our version of ready and Coach's version of ready.
A little different.
Fair enough.
A bit different.
Yeah, I mean, Josh, I can't.
Our version of ready would be there can be a role on you to contribute, to this team.
Yeah.
My Aiden hustle, my Aiden finisher. I think Aiden has the best hands of the big men.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think David Johnson can make Aiden better. Right?
Yeah, I agree.
So, I think Aiden was ready to play against some of the competition early on.
But I think
with David.
Where we're at now, though, is that's a next year thing at this point. Like I just don't. It's not going to happen.
Stop it! Stop ruining my life.
I know.
All right, so I'm going to continue that trend. We're going to start with the least minutes played and work our way up.
Yeah, no,
so now we're going to Ryan McMahon, who played 10 minutes on 1 of 2 shooting, 0 of 1 from 3, with 4 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist.
Yeah, I'd give him a C because he didn't do it really much of anything. I mean, you just weren't really.
Yeah, I'll say this. As I predicted, all you hear about in practice is the zone. So all you're doing is shooting because you think. Just tell me that was just like. Tell me you didn't do that on purpose. Tell me you just looked at your plate and just ate some food and didn't even realize that.
No, I did. No, that's why I laughed so hard.
Because you just couldn't believe it. That's one of those where you look at yourself in the mirror and be like, yeah, I got a problem.
I looked right at you and my face was like, I'm sorry. Like, why did I do that? Matter of fact, I'm going to set this over here.
Right. No, because I do know the habit
because it was just there and there was a small one and it was just perfect. And I was like, oh, man, that's good.
Ryan. How
come Brian gets to sit back there and just smash his wings?
He's not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be doing that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, take it out of your mouth.
Just spit it out. There you go.
Brian,
see,
we have 4 minutes.
We're like children.
I'm ready.
We're like your children.
Listen.
Can I go get a drink?
I sincerely said, "Hey y'all, just for this last grading stretch, can we put the food down for a second?"
And then I just tattled.
And you snitched.
You snitched on me. I was hiding from Marcus. He couldn't see me behind the screen.
Fair enough.
I'll one up you. I'll one up you, Brian. I was looking at your plate, right? But here's the problem. I'm not looking at your plate like I think I am. I'm looking at the reflection of Steve's plate. So I still thought you were sitting there eating.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
so
awesome.
Okay, Ryan, I knew when. Usually, a lot of times, shooters going into it when they start hearing zone.
I know
shooters get kind of worked up.
You said that pregame.
Yeah. Just like I knew, because you're just like I'm itching to get my shots up because this is the game I'm going to get all these good looks and yeah, it's just a tough mental challenge to really be ready to hit that. Ryan, he's a C minus.
Yeah,
Ryan's a C minus too because when he gets in, they got the play rotating and the ball comes right to him like that. To me, that was bad. When that ball comes to him and it's on a swing and we put you in for this situation, it's like I looked at Coach Mack on that one and he was just like so disappointed. He was so disappointed in Ryan and keep in mind that was off of Jordan fumbling the ball a couple times. So now this is why he says that in postgame. He says, I need my adults to be adults or whatever. I need my veterans to look more like veterans. He knew it from the beginning of the game. Jordan fumbled the ball 2 times in a row. He gets in transition. He fumbling the ball, and then he gets kind of like slaps the ball up to. I mean, he passes up to Ryan, but he's just like trying to get control of the ball. So he throws it to Ryan when Ryan gets his first look, and it was just you went back to over dribbling.
Yep.
Jordan over dribbled on that play.
He did
instead of just getting it up court to Ryan, and then it just looked. It made him look like, hey, you are my veterans, and y'all look sloppy.
Yeah.
And in a game like this, it only takes 3-4 minutes to set the tone of sloppy for a game. Now my fans, are feeling awkward. The bench looks sloppy. Now we're going to start pressing because you want to make up for your sloppy possessions. Like, I already seen this movie before. He's coached enough games to see, even if y'all get it together, you set the tone for looking sloppy.
Yeah.
So Ryan, he definitely gets that big time C- on that.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Even though, like, if you had more minutes, maybe you could have, won yourself back over. It just, your possessions didn't really look clean.
Sure.
Coming in surprisingly at the third least minutes played would be David Johnson with 15 minutes on 5 of 9 shooting, 0 for 1 from 3 with 10 points, 1 assist, 1 rebound.
And 3 steals. I do want to throw that in there. I know we're not we don't really do that too, but they were big. I'm back and forth between an A- and a B+. A B+ would be like, wow, I'm really starting to harshly grade you.
Yeah.
No,
I actually just give him a B.
Yeah.
I give you a regular B. Like, you're a good player. You got some buckets, you got some steals. You're a good player, but the things that Coach Mack benches you for, you didn't do well.
Yeah.
So you can't have A. Like I think
I'm kind of with you there
because you're a real player.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there on that one.
Yeah.
So.
Somebody else gets this number. Like they may. Fresh gets this number. Maybe gets an A.
Sure. Yeah. Your curve is just different now, man.
Right. So I just give him just a straight across B.
All right, so next up we'll have Samuel Williamson. He played 17 minutes on 2 of 3 shooting, 1 of 1 from 3 for 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist.
A-. He steps into that 3. He gives David a new weapon when Dwayne is not shooting. Because here's the thing. Everybody loves Dwayne. Dwayne is unselfish to a fault. Dwayne seems like he feels like him taking a shot is taking something from, or taking a bucket from one of his teammates. In reality, we need Dwayne to be, we need him. Everybody on the court needs to be an effective offensive player. Just to be on the court in general. Cost something good on the offensive end. Samuel Williamson, the way he lined that 3-pointer up, that first 3-pointer. I mean, he was locked, and his stroke was clean. His follow through was clean. Like he knew what he was doing. Listen, if he had 3 rebounds, he probably had his hands on 8.
And I mean, there was a couple he had that he kept alive
or kept him out of the opponent's hands.
Yeah, I'm with you on Sam there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought again different curve, but I thought he was pretty good last night. I mean, the only thing, like you said, when he pump faked the one time, he could have got a better angle. He could have done 3 things.
Yeah,
he could have took that shot, which was there. He had already hit one. The pump fake, you could have got a better angle on a shot there, or you could have went on to the basket because there was room for that. Yeah. So like that would be the only little thing.
Yeah, and
I'm nitpicking.
And you got your hands on the basketball quite a few times. Okay, 2 of those times I say, okay, good try. Mm-hmm. But the 3rd time I'm like, no, you got to come down with that. 4th time, you're getting your hand on the basket. It's like the football rule. Mm-hmm. You listen. I can give you 1 tip overthrow, but just because you got to stretch a little bit to catch a football, it's hitting your hands.
Yeah.
You should be, your job is to catch that.
Sure.
So after about the 3rd, 2nd or 3rd tip, I'm like, no, those are possessions that you just got to fight a little harder.
Yeah.
Like it's a game of inches. You got to get those extra.
Next up, we got Steven Enoch. He played 18 minutes on 5 of 9 shooting, 13 points and 3 rebounds.
I give him a B for me because I'm not real harsh on him because, I mean, you're talking in 18 minutes, Steve was 5 of 9. He went 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 13 points in 18 minutes. I mean, that's 3 rebounds. I mean, that's pretty productive in 18 minutes. But you can't just look at stats either. I mean, Coach Mack was obviously pretty aggravated with Steve last night.
I will say this. On the play that Steve got in trouble for hedging, kind of going for that, his last foul before Coach got really mad at him. I'll say this. Malik Williams made the exact same play that sealed the game at Duke, right? Mm-hmm. I think that's exactly what Steven had in mind, and I thought he predicted it right. He just didn't execute it right. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of those. I'm gonna yell at you because it's in the heat of the moment. But I think once Mac realizes on tape what he was trying to do, and you see a different angle, you're like, that's when you go back to him. You say, "Hey, man, if you're gonna go, but I'm gonna kill you if you don't get it."
Yeah.
Like Shane, coach will let you do it,
I know.
but you got to do it. So yeah, I still give him a B. He still gets me a B.
All right, then we'll go to the other center, Malik Williams. He played 22 minutes.
Wait, real quick. And the reason I say B is because a couple of times also he let his man drive him under the basket, and they got rebounds over him quite a few times.
Yeah.
Coach was doing the get tougher, and that's the thing. Like, everybody has the reason I brought David's grade down is because the things we harp on you doing to stay on the court, you didn't do well.
Yeah,
Steve, you giving up position and giving up rebounds. That's what we can't have out of you.
Yeah,
that's what we can't have. Like all the other stuff, if we didn't get that one thing out of you, we can't play. That's why I go B.
Next up on the minutes is Malik Williams. He played 22 minutes on 3 of 8 shooting, 0 of 2 from 3, but he had 13 points and 6 rebounds.
He may be the only A of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
those free throws are clutch.
Yeah, he was big time, man.
Rebounds were clutch. Couple finishes you left on the table. A minus.
Yeah.
A minus. You got the ball in prime positions.
Yeah.
You got to find a way to get your guy up in the air and get to the line more.
Yeah.
Malik has to get to the line more, or you have to be able to get the ball up, like, because guys are like not even jumping and blocking his shot, pinning it underneath the glass. We got to get you out of that one.
Sure. I agree. I mean, in the one time, and there was a little stretch for as good as he was. The reason I'm not A+ in him and stuff like that is there was a little stretch where I think 3 times, man, you could have really made some big time plays getting the rebound.
Yeah.
And you didn't.
Yep.
And Banks just kind of took him from you. One time he got the jump ball, but it was like, golly. Yeah, so
B+.
Yeah, that's fair.
Once I do the math,
I'm gonna stick with A- just because I think he is. It's just so clutch.
Yeah, his
the way he closed the game
gutsiness. Yeah,
yeah, but he would be. I can spoil it right now. He's the only.
You convinced me. Yeah, I would A- him.
Yeah, so
no, I won't B+.
Okay, fair enough.
Next up, we got Dwayne Sutton. He played 26 minutes on 1 of 4 shooting, 1 of 3 from 3, 3 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists.
How can you give that man less than a B+?
I like this a B- because he just I don't know it wasn't a lot from Dwayne last night, man. But he was in foul trouble too. He only played 26 minutes.
We have 6.
3
and 6.
Yeah.
3-6-3. 3 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists.
Yeah, no turnovers.
He should have had more assists though. They messed up a couple of his passes, man. It's like he made the right play.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna go B-, but yeah, he's just.
I'll give him middle B because I liked his aggression.
Fair enough.
We're still continuing to go up minutes wise, so now we're at Lamar Fresh Kimball. 27 minutes on 2 of 5 shooting, 1 of 3 from 3, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists.
How many rebounds?
2.
Yeah, he was a B. He was a B for me. I think
probably B-, man, for me.
Yeah,
that's a lot of minutes, man.
I know.
That's a lot. Guards, like, you see how David's numbers look okay, put it this way. Everybody had the ball in their hands as much as David. And Fresh, not necessarily Ryan. But people had the ball in their hands a lot of the game.
Yeah.
And David just comes away with stuff.
Yeah.
That affects the game. And I'm like, 27 minutes? 27 minutes is a lot of minutes, man. Yeah. To not have more points than that.
Yeah.
It gets worse.
Go ahead.
Next up is Darius Perry. He played 30 minutes on 2 of 7 shooting, 1 of 5 from 3, 5 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds.
How many steals?
I don't have the steals.
How many jump balls did he have? Probably 4. 4 tie-ups.
Darius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that to me, Darius is his tie-ups. His tie-ups and his deflections that led to somebody else getting the steal.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was good, man. Like I said,
Yeah, I
mean,
could B+ him.
Yeah, I mean, defensively, just everything he done. Darius had no steals, he had no turnovers. Yeah, I just thought his on the ball defense was good, man. It was good. It was one of the reasons.
I don't think it's Darius bias.
Yeah. Because I would say, well, you have Darius bias, unbiased. You know, I mean, we could have that argument all day.
I'm listening. Be all. I'm listening.
You want me to do the last one?
Yep.
Last one is Jordan Nwora. He played 34 minutes on 3 of 11 shooting, 2 of 4 from 3 with 10 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 assist.
11 shots, 10 points. How many assists?
He had 1 assist, 7 rebounds.
2 turnovers. I gave turnovers out for a couple people, so I was
C+.
Yeah.
C+ because
it's kind of where I was settling on
rebounding. He's rebounding.
And your curve is harsh.
Yeah.
Yeah, your curve is harsh.
Yeah, against Georgia. Yeah, Georgia Tech.